Hello everyone, Joe Thatcher here with Midwest Military Equipment out of Washington, Missouri. Behind me here is a super unique vehicle. This is a 2008 BAE CLT. So the CLT was a Caiman prototype vehicle that was designed for a defense contract and was never fielded. This particular unit we acquired with less than 500 original miles on it. It is a 2008 year model. It is powered by a C7 Cat Allison 3000 series transmission. We'll just kind of we're going to take you for a ride in this truck today, walk you around it, and kind of explain to you everything about it because it is an absolute beast. Starting over here on the front of the truck, you can see it's got a Caiman Type 2 category MRAP hood on it. We've replaced all the lights with new LED lighting. It's got Goodyear 395 85 R20 tires. This particular unit was not set up with CTIS. We actually put these tires on it, and then when we did that, we went ahead and put a standard valve stem in it since the axles are not set up for CTIS. What's unique about the axle, the front axle on this truck is actually a full disc brake axle. As you can see the shock tower there, that's a very similar shock on the newer A1R Stewart & Stevenson and BAE FMTV platform vehicle. Pretty much what we've gathered from this is pretty much an FMTV chassis with a lot of custom modifications. The hull here on it is a complete V-dynamic hull, just like the Caiman Category 1 and Category 2 vehicles. With the V-hull, you can see it's designed to take blast and push it away from the side of the vehicle. This is kind of a signature thing. Hinges are very similar to a Caiman Type 1 or Type 2 vehicle. Ballistic glass on the sides is almost 3 inches thick. Windshield glass is 2.5 inches thick. All the glass has been recently replaced in it, so it's good and clear, easy to see out of. We acquired this truck and it was in excellent condition, but just wanted to add some of our finishing touches on it. You know, that's what we do here at Best, is take a very unique vehicle and just make it even more unique and clean it and showcase it for what it is. So what's cool about these doors is they are all fully automated. So I'll go ahead and open up this door here. They do have lock handles on them, and then they do have a battle lock on the inside, and they do have a bypass for the door. I'll go ahead and get this one all the way open. So you can see here, looking at the door, you've got preliminary armor, main armor, and then the door itself. And I mean, put my hand next to it. It's, you know, about 2.5 to 3 inch thick armor. Door panels, as I was talking about, you've got an emergency bypass that bypasses the electronic mechanism, so you can get in and out of the vehicle without the electronic motors. That's an emergency stop. These are actually proximity switches, so you put your hand against these. That's for keeping you from like smashing your hand or your arm inside the vehicle when you're operating the doors. This is called a battle lockout, so you're actually able to control the lock. You're able to shut off these outside switches by a switch inside the cab. So when you've got that handle locked, nobody's able to open that door. So you can pretty much lock yourself in this thing where nobody's getting into it without some serious gear. Looking at the hull armor itself, you can see it's got 1 inch thick plate, 1.5 to 2 inch thick plate, and then a 1/4 to 3/16 thick plate, and then another interior skin. Seats are all very comfortable, 6-point harnesses. The rear doors, they're opened by a switch inside the cab. I'll go ahead and open them right now. That way you're able to see them. If I can find the switch button, they're back behind the seats here. So the rear doors open suicide, which is kind of cool. Once again, you can see the same thing, how robust the doors themselves are. Rear seats are designed to fold down to be able to get more gear inside of it. You've got a radio telecommunications rack. Also, another thing is this has got the newer style turret, so it does not have automated turret on it, but you could add an automated turret. This is the newest generation heavy duty turret with the gunner's hatch on it. You've got the gunner's platform here. What's unique about this gunner's platform is they actually mounted it to the back of a seat, so you're able to fold this seat up. You'd be sitting backwards, but able to get 5 people in this vehicle comfortably and secure, which is very, very unique. Behind the radio rack, you can see this thing has a full fire suppression system. So it's got an integrated fire suppression system. That's what all this control panel over here up inside the cabin is, which we'll go over here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and shut that door and we'll walk around the outside of the vehicle and then we'll take you guys for a ride. The doors, all the doors work. Everything on the vehicle works as it should. We've got air conditioning in here as well as heat. Interior dome lighting that's switchable in colors. Just overall, just really, really sick truck. And it looks awesome too. Or the features, very, very cool, but the appearance of the truck is just great. You've got a side toolbox here just for storage, anything like that set up. So going around to the back, you can see all new LED lighting. It's got some comms mounts. This is a fold down ladder. So the ladder, you pull the pins, fold it down, rear barn doors. The fuel tank is a Kevlar coated Caiman Category 2 type fuel tank. It's actually located inside this fiberglass shelter on the back. There is room where you could put seating in there. However, would be very, very claustrophobic. I would not want to do that. This is one of the newer A1R style hitches that slides in and out, so you're still able to tow a trailer with it. Rear axle is standard drum brakes. It is not disc brakes. It's got factory sway bar just like an LMTV. High diff ring and pinion, as you can see there. This is just a standard Meritor RF611 axle. What's unique about it as well is it's got the same large coilover shocks on the rear of the vehicle as well as the front, and then the heavier leaf packs. This truck, according to the data tag, weighs about 31,000 as it sits right now. Combat weight, I believe the tag said 34,000, fully equipped with fuel and crew. So it's a hell of a stout truck. You've got 110 receptacles back here on the side of it. Just another storage toolbox here, smaller storage toolbox. On the inside there also is fuel can mounts in the inside of the back of it, which is a nice feature. Walking over here to the driver's side, this is something this is for the hydraulic system to open and close the doors. It does have a battery disconnect switch on the other side. You've got incandescent perimeter lighting. We did not change that because it plugs into the factory pigtail. You can see the driver's station, very similar to a FMTV P2 model with a tilt steering column, newest generation touchpad and gauges. As you can see over here too, while we've got this door open, you can see that battle lock and how big and robust it is. Just everything on this truck is just ridiculously overbuilt. Over here on this fender, right above it, you've got remote fluids level check. So engine oil and transmission oil dipstick are there, power steering dipstick there, air compressor is located there. Air filter is the same as an FMTV. So serviceable items on this truck. Even though it's a unique one-off custom built prototype vehicle, looking at the components that are over the truck, if you did need parts after you purchase this truck, we found that about 90% of the items on this are off the shelf off of another FMTV or another type of military vehicle. So there's really nothing proprietary, so to speak, besides for the doors and the armament that is on the truck itself. So I'll go ahead and hop up in the driver's seat. If you guys want to come around on the passenger side, we'll fire this baby up and take it for a spin. So before I started here, I wanted to discuss the interior of the vehicle itself. You can see it's got a Gen 3 style FMTV AC unit, controls for the go lights, controls for all the side lights, interior dome lights you can see, front and rear there. Those all work and turn on as they should. It's blackout override, standard panel, tilt steering wheel, just like the FMTV A1P2s. Other than that, the instrument panel is all pretty much the same of your newer generation LMTVs. Very, very simple. I'm going to go ahead and shut the door on that side. And this is what I was talking about in regards to the lockouts. You've got a lockout for the doors to kill power. So I'll go ahead and run that door in. Go ahead and shut both the doors. And once again, you can see from that angle just how robust the doors are. Over here in the driver's side left corner and the passenger side right-hand corner, that is for the fire suppression system. So being that this has a full fire suppression system, that is what's designed to work there. This is the controller for it, just for test and lamp and everything else. And it's got a manual activation, not that we would ever want to do that while we're in here. So we got it fired up now. You can see the accent lighting in the rear. You can turn blue or turn it white. I've got the front ones on blue and white, so it's pretty cool how it's dual revolution lights. I went ahead and got the doors all closed up here, got the AC on, blowing cold. Standard push-pull like any of the other FMTVs. Go ahead and take this thing for a spin. drivability, being a C7 with the pack brake, exhaust brake, it handles very, very well. You would think for a 30,000 pound empty weight vehicle that it would be kind of sketchy to drive, and it actually performs very, very well. It's very enjoyable to drive. I've driven it around quite a bit. I think when we got it, it had about 400 miles on it. Now we've got 435 on it. But stopping with the disc brakes on the front, it's pretty impressive on how well this truck can shut it down for how heavy it is. We'll go ahead and run it down here in the industrial park. Overall noise, very, very quiet on the inside. Power's good. We're coming up here on a pretty good sized hill. Getting into fourth gear. But then the gunner station here, so this platform raises up and down. The seat folds up and down as well, which is a nice feature. So that way you're able to get that fifth person in here if you wanted to do so. And then the turret there, it's got the manual unlock. You can open it up. Honestly, for parades and shows and stuff like that, being able to pop out the top of it's kind of cool. But also, if you're into firearms, you know, obviously, it's got a T&E setup on it where you can go ahead and mount a gun up on it and take it out to the range and go shoot. I got the exhaust brake on right now, so you can hear it. Truck's downshifting, exhaust brake kicking on. I'll show you the turning radius down here at the small cul-de-sac. This is kind of a weird oblong cul-de-sac here. We'll go ahead and rip her around. Pretty impressive on the turning radius. I think that's one of the main features why they made this a single axle vehicle instead of a tandem axle. The turning radius is absolutely awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and run this. Go ahead and run down to our other yard where we have all of our finished equipment stored. And that'll probably be it for today's video. So we've got a couple more unique pieces coming up. We've got a pretty cool boat that we're working on in the shop right now. We'll be sure to do it on our shop walk around tour video. As for other armored stuff, we still do have a M1085A1 P2, which is fully armored. And then we've got a 1088 semi that's an early generation armored that we actually acquired when we acquired this unit. It's a very unique piece. We're going to have it listed up here in a couple of weeks. The guys are just now going through it in the shop. So I have a feeling this truck's going to go pretty quick for the right person that's looking for an absolute beast. They can take all their buddies in and go drive around. I mean, it's just ridiculously how well overbuilt this vehicle is and the overall condition. I mean, to find a vehicle that has less than 500 original miles on it, that is this sort of armament and this sort of drivetrain and capability as this truck is just very, very hard to come by. So we appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video today. Be sure to check us out online at MidwestMilitaryEquipment.com or give us a call at 636-900-9046. Thanks for watching.